Hello everybody and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Now I don't have it open up quite yet. It's because it's just like, it's full screen, it'll just like, whatever. Also just I have the dogs in here, so like if you hear, it's like squeak or like just something like that, it's just them. How should it be like this? You can see the dogs. Alright. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, this is already very, like, Inception-y. Let's do it. End is never... The end is never... The end is loading, yeah. What? Like, I've heard that this is very similar to, like, Superliminal, which I loved. So...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That sounds good.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Uh-oh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
That's not good.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I can't jump, and I don't have a body. And let me just check everything's recording. Yep. Uh-oh. Oh, nope. There we go. We're good. Okay, so yep, if I click that, then it already closes it out, and so hopefully it's not too quiet or too loud. It's like I'm fairly certain the narrator is like a big part of this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What's on this
Stanley
screen? I
decided
can't.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Or no, I'm just gonna. Oh, I can't. I wish you could jump. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like a jillion different endings. Like, you can like choose to like do what the narrator says or doesn't, or just like don't. I'm gonna for now I'm just gonna do everything that the narrator is saying to do.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply
Can I get some water soda?
taking it all in.
No? Okay. No water soda for me.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I'm just gonna do everything that the narrator is telling me not to do. Actually, this is fun. Do not lie. If you are lying, stop right now. Do not jump from...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
We...
I'm not your enemy, really, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets any more to do, Stanley led from the platform and to death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Alright, this is fun.
All of his co-workers 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I don't trust you.
Neglecting Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
I don't care.
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her? I don't care.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Who is her?
She's been waiting.
I don't care. I don't trust you.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
No, I don't want to.
Truly
I don't want to.
put your faith in another. Then pick up the phone.
I don't want to. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to listen to you, narrator. Fine. Am I dead?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Alright.
Alright. Okay, there we go.
Yay!
Now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
I don't like this.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. No. I will not. Fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Wait, is everything disappearing?
Exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the
So you're telling me that none of this is real?
excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Really?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls, and down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Or oh.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Okay, can I go in this room now?
Here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
So wait a second. Yeah, I can hear, when I click it, I can hear a sound effect of me clicking. So I'm fairly certain that that literally none of this is real. That's my theory.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time we'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Did I die? Oh, so was that an ending? I think that was an ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Alright, I'll listen to you now.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I just got an ending. Hold on a second. Quit to menu. Options. Is there no way to view all the endings you got? I guess not. Alright. I'll listen to you
All
now.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So yeah, my theory from right now is that none of this is real. This is all just Stanley's daydream.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright. Hold on a second, I'm gonna make sure that everything was recording properly real quick.